Breaking news. Welcome to today's headline. Fraud story. Resign from the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu. Your response is filthy, until activist tells a Jāīl. Fraud story. Resign from the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu. Your response is filthy, empty activist tells a Jāīl. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, stay tuned as I read today's news. A human rights activist and author, Comrade Paul Ikechukwu has told the legal counsel to the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, to kindly resign from the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu over allegation of fraud, which the latter is being prosecuted by the Federal Government Agency Commission. Recall that Newsband had reported that the father of Due Process Advocate, DPA, Anthony Emeka Ungwoyi, in a detailed report stated that Ejiofor was implicated in a serious case of fraud, forgery, criminal breach of trust by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC). The human rights attorney in the report also disclosed that the evidence against Ifeanyi Ejiofor is strongly and watertight. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, lawyer to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mr. Ungwoyi, who evidently released court documents, further outlined the charges slammed against Ifeanyi Ejiofor by the EFCC, insistently accused him of forged land documents allegedly sold to a client. He stressed that if Ejiofor would not resign from the legal team of the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, that the IPOB leader's trial could be compromised by Ifeanyi Ejiofor in favor of the federal government on plea bargain basis. Founder of Due Process Advocate, DPA, Barrister Emeka Ungwoyi, has been held in illegal detention since 2018. According to Ungwoyi, the power of attorney, the deed of assignment and other documents Ifeanyi Ejiofor forged are in the court, and Ifeanyi Ejiofor, during interrogation with the anti-graft agency, could not deny the allegations. Mr. Ejiofor, in a swift statement personally signed by him, described the report by Anthony Emeka Ungwoyi as false, evil, and despicable, noting that the story was designed to defame his personality. Reacting, activist Paul Ikechukwu said, "I have studied all the submissions concerning the fraud accusation method held against Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and therefore deem it appropriately moral for Ejiofor to immediately resign from the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu, pending when he is pronounced innocent by the court via the ongoing trial of fraud case against him by the Federal Government Agency, otherwise the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC). I, however, maintain the evidences provided by Barrister Emeka Ungwoyi seem validly scientific and truthful to contest by mere intimidation, denial, stupidity, frivolities, and elementary nuisances. I, however, describe Ifeanyi Ejiofor's response to the fraud accusation as filthy, guilty, stupid, and empty. I urge him to prove himself innocent in the court during next sitting as his trial intensifies. A human rights activist and author, Comrade Paul Ikechukwu Njoku, has told the legal counsel to the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, to kindly resign from the legal team of Nnamdi Kanu over allegation of fraud, which the latter is being prosecuted by the Federal Government Agency Commission. Recall that Newsband had reported that the founder of Due Process Advocates, DPA, Anthony Emeka Ongwoye, in a detailed report stated that Ejiofor was implicated in a serious case of fraud, forgery, criminal breach of trust by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC). The human rights attorney in the report also disclosed that the evidence against Ifeanyi Ejiofor is strong and watertight. Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor, lawyer to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mr. Ongwoye, who evidently released court documents, further outlined the charges slammed against Ifeanyi Ejiofor by the EFCC, insistently accused him of forging land documents allegedly sold to a client. He stressed that if Ejiofor would not resign from the legal team of the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, that the IPOB's leader trial could be compromised by Ifeanyi Ejiofor in favor of the federal government on plea bargain basis. Founder of Due Process Advocates, DPA Barrister Emeka Ongwoye, has been held in illegal detention since 2018. According to Ongwoye, the power of Anthony, the deed of assignment and other documents Ifeanyi Ejiofor forged are in court, and Ifeanyi Ejiofor during interrogation with the anti-graft